All right, today we're continuing our quest for 16 blue chip recruits. If you're just now joining us, we are tracking the number of blue chip recruits in Texas A&M's class of 2022. We're doing this because no team in the last decade has won a championship with less than 52% of their roster being blue chip recruits. There has only been one in the last decade. Most have had 66%, which is 16 out of 25. So that's how we're coming up with that number. Now, all you Aggies out there, I need you to understand a little bit more about this, right? So let's say you're trying to tailgate in Spence Park. If you're not there by 12 o'clock, high noon on Friday, you're not tailgating in Spence Park. You're not going to get a spot. It's going to be a mad rush. Have you seen people setting up? They start at 11 setting up, and then they run from the road to go set up to grab the best spots. Anytime after high noon, if you're trying to set up, you won't get a spot. You're not tailgating. You will be left out. Same thing's happening right here. If you don't have about a 66% ratio, you're not likely to get that championship. It's not that it's impossible, but you're not likely, okay? So it's an important factor that you get there by high noon if you want to tailgate. It's an important factor that you have 16 out of 25 in each class. We got that last year, and we're trying to improve upon that by doing it 2 years in a row. So first up, we're looking at today is Jarrett Kerr. It's important for you to understand how he plays the game to truly know his value, okay? He's physical, he doesn't shy away from contact, and he will hit you and knock you down like you walked into the Freebirds restroom after Jay Arnold or Spencer Neely just exited following their consumption of a super monster. You know what I mean? He's right at 6 foot and 185 pounds, but he plays like he's 6'4", 225. He's a four-star athlete who hails from Lexington, Texas. Jimbo is a stubborn SOB. I'm telling you what, man. Jared is another guy who plays multiple sports on both sides of the ball. I just cannot imagine what the benefit would be of being a DB that knows how to play wide receiver. Good job, Jimbo. Now, as a consequence, Jared has excellent ball skills and awareness. Mike Elko is recruiting him, so clearly we are looking at him for a defensive position, which means we will get a safety who is as physical as a linebacker but has the skills of a wide receiver. Great combination. Now, speaking of combinations, I'd compare this guy to a senior who is graduating as a double E, but completed his ring dunk in 18.23 seconds officially. You're getting the best of both worlds. You feel me? Now, I got a little situation here, and since Elko is recruiting him, I need to go off on a little side note here for a second. Elko, I'm gonna need you to calm it down. You're doing a good job. I think you're doing a job that you're trying to get something, in the upper echelons as a head coach. I'm gonna need you to tone it down. I need you to stay kind of a little bit more at the Kansas level, okay? Keep the work ethic up, like you're trying for something like, I don't know, Tech or something like that, right? But make it look like Kansas, okay? All right, so next up is Bobby Taylor. Bobby is the ambassador to Aggieland. Bobby's like a walking Chick-fil-A. He has an excellent customer service, even for customers he doesn't care for, like wide receivers. His defense is always so caring and thoughtful. Right here we have Bobby going down the field, making sure the wide receiver is nice and warm by providing him blanket coverage. Bobby never leaves his side. He's on him like Texas A&M Ducks Unlimited chapter on Lake Somerville. Never leaves. Snowmageddon? No problem for Bobby. He has an electric option for his blanket. At 6'1", 180 pounds, Ambassador Taylor is a hard commit. When he isn't recruiting for A&M, he's putting prospects on conference calls and making acquisitions. Saying he is active for the Aggies on Twitter is an understatement. Now, he's the 214th prospect overall in the class of 2022, rated .91 by 247. My bet is that his next round of ratings will push him inside the top 200, as he recently had a really nice camp at the opening. He's a highly coveted prospect, so much like a kiss at midnight yell when the lights go off, everyone wants one. Thankfully, every crystal ball for Bobby is in favor of A&M currently. With Bobby Taylor and Jarrett Kerr in the fold, this places A&M with 2 3-star recruits and 4 4-star recruits, giving us a blue chip ratio of 66%. That puts us right where we need to be, provided we continue this trend. Now, if we add a 3-star it will drop a ratio. So it's important for us to continue to add quality. So come check out our next episode, like and subscribe. You can see where we end up after our next 2 recruits.